Breaker, breaker. Breaker, breaker. I guess everybody is learning that shit is finally hitting the fan. Not finally. It's sad to say finally. But we knew this was coming. We just didn't know when and how. I'm going to wait for a few guys to figure out that I'm on so we can all chat. But in the meantime, I will tell you something. There's James. Oh, James, I wish you could really tell us what you're seeing on the front line. It's like we knew this shit was going to come. Yeah. I have to sit in the living room because I have an issue. Mr. W is in a ton of pain. Hey. So, I called my mom to tell her about what's going on with Russia. And she was like, she's not too far from Lockheed Edwards Air Force Base, especially not that far for a jet, And she said today a whole bunch of F fighters were flying around. Like they knew. They knew something was coming. Well, anyways, I have an issue and I can't leave a living room because my dog is in a shitload of pain. He hurt his leg and he can't move. He can't move. He can't move. So last night, Cajun. Last night I was watching a cooking show. Last night I was watching a YouTube channel and there was a couple that was making. You guys can hear me, right? Because I got the mic on. Okay, good. Everyone's coming in. Last night I was watching a YouTube channel and it's this couple. They're called Pioneer something, right? Okay, good. There's this couple called Pioneer something. And they have this thing and they reenact making and cooking and what you did in the 1820s. Okay? They just reenact, yeah. He's panting really bad. And so when he gets in pain, what he does is you can't touch him. He growls, and I'm pretty sure he hurt his leg getting out of the truck, as usual. Anyways, I was watching this thing last night, right? I was trying to get my mind off of shit, and I was watching this couple that does a reenact. They really cook like you did in the 1800s, and she was making it look so good. She was in her apron, and she had the fire going, and she was taking the coals, and she would put this iron thing on it, and then a skillet on it, and then she was cutting cabbage up and putting it, and then slicing up sausages, and I'm like, man, like it's amazing that our ancestors didn't live longer because they ate good food. You know what I mean? Pete, thanks for joining us. Our peoples before, like she was cutting carrots and she was cutting potatoes and cabbage and she was mixing it all up, and I'm like, they ate good food. Yeah. They ate good food, and so anyways, it was like 1:00 in the morning and I'm like, that's it. I'm going to try and make that Spam I bought for an emergency. So I go in the kitchen and I start to slice up some cabbage I had, and I did it just like them, just a little pinch of salt, a little bit of oil, and cooked it over the skillet. So I had red cabbage and hey Terry, and then I had red cabbage and I was cooking sausages. Oh my God, it was the best goddamn meal. Oh, sorry. The cabbage and it was the cabbage and Spam, you guys, Spam. I don't know if I've ever had Spam before. Hello, Rita. I don't know if I've ever had spam. Maybe when I was a kid, but last night I opened it and it smelled like dog food. And I'm like, oh no, this is not going to work. So then I open it up and then I fry it and it was delicious. It was like better than bacon. So I'm like, okay. I opened up a can of spam. I opened up a can of spam and I'm like, hey Terry, if you're still here, I got it. Yeah, fried spam. It was pretty damn good. And the dog, he was going crazy. Camping spam. Better than bacon. It was better than bacon. Like I was gonna make the spam, I was frying it, and then I was gonna mix some eggs in it. But then I had this brainstorm to do what they did, and I was slicing the red cabbage. Oh my God. It was like so good. Okay. It was so freaking good. I couldn't believe it. Okay. So anyways, Terry, I got a phone call from some guy who I may do a drone job out your way, Fraser Park. A big drone job. So I may. Okay, check it out. Ready, you guys? Ready? Ready? Look. Here's the cabbage, because I did another batch. Here's cabbage. Okay. It's just cabbage. That's it. Cabbage. And here is the sausages. But last night I had the spam. So tonight I had the cabbage. All you do is you just cut up the cabbage, add a little salt, and put vinegar, apple cider vinegar. You see? And you're making actual sauerkraut. But now we have an issue because my spam department is getting low. Because of me and the dog, if we start eating that crap, forget about it. It's going to be on the low end of the totem pole and we won't have very much left. And apparently right now, we could be going in war, guys. It could be showtime. So what I want to know is Trump in charge? Because if he is, we're going to know right now. You know what I mean? All this shit that we've been told, if he's in charge, or the white hats, if they're in charge, then we're going to find out right now. Right? At the same time, our truckers are like on their way to DC. They already left Barstow today. And every other parts of the country, they're all collaborating to meet in DC in 7 days. So the shit is getting thick. Yeah, I just joined all of a sudden, it got political. We're just messing. Anyways, so, anyways, there's a lot of shit going on and it all happened at once. So I ate my spam that I had for my spare in case we have to go to lockdown again. Okay. You got the convoy that happened. You got the shit happening in Ukraine. There's actually missiles that have been fired already. And, Trumpy said, you guys, he said, you watched after the Olympics. That's what he's connecting. Sorry. Remedil. I'm going to try and give him the Remedil, right? But he's such a smart dog. He won't take it. So I have to put it because he's not eating. And so I'm going to have to put it and just try and shove it down his throat. But when he's in this much pain, he just growls and... Yeah, I don't know what to believe. Is it true, Cajun? That's a good point. Is it? Is it a drill and they're making something out of it? I mean, how is it that Trudeau drops the Emergency Act and immediately goes to sanctions against Russia? He totally just played his cards. We now know where he stands. We already did, but he couldn't hold it in. It's like Pelosi when she ripped up the paper. Couldn't hold it in. Well, I'm down one can of spam, I'll tell you that. I'm down to one can of spam. Oh my God, he's panting so bad. I'm in the living room right now. I got a fire going. Because, it's California. And when it gets below 60 degrees, it get cold. When it gets below 60 degrees, we're freezing. But I'm freaking hot standing next to this thing. They're creating a scenario to throw people off what's really going down. That's a good point. That's a good point. Well, it was freezing today. Okay, so guess what? So today I got a ticket. And I told the cop how I felt. I'm like, I really don't appreciate it. I told the cop today, I go, oh, I really don't appreciate this. This is a little bit out of hand. That's what I said. So I went down, in and out. I had the dog, and oh no, $7 a gallon. Shit. Distraction. Yeah. You know what? I wouldn't put it past them for this to be a distraction. But because shit is gonna happen in DC. I know what to do. I'll make him a little slice of Spam that he liked, and I'll try and put the pill in it. He won't move. He won't even move. He's panting. So Willie had surgery on his back leg, his elbow, the dog elbow, his back leg, and he had surgery like 3 years ago, and they cut it open, and then they put because of his joint was popping out all the time. So they did some shit, wired, put pins in it, but every now and then he'll tweak it and it'll knock it right out. And he definitely did it. So today when I got a ticket from the copper, I was coming around the corner, and there's a stop sign I have to turn left, and I always roll through it. There's nobody there. I look, and I roll through it, and the cop was on a motorcycle. Marcus, the cop was on a motorcycle looking the opposite direction right at me. I pulled right up, boom, pulled me right over. So he goes, you rolled through the stop sign. I'm like, yeah. And then he's writing the ticket, and he comes back and he tells me to sign it, and he comes and gives me my license back. And I go, excuse me, officer. I go, you know what? That was a little uncalled for. And he goes, well, you're not, you're the one that you guys have been calling us for this. I go, it's not because of the stop sign. It's because people are racing through. I did roll through it, and all of them have cameras, you guys, cameras. I told them, oh my God, my popcorn is really going. See that? Yeah, as soon as Willie calms down, I'm going to try and give him some Rimadyl. Anyways, so this weekend, I went to Randsburg, the ghost town. It was a planned trip for over a month. It was a one-day turnaround. So we went to the ghost town, and Mom and I, 2.5 months ago, we went halfies and bought a razor, a used razor, right? And, and I towed the trailer up there. I went to the ghost town. And from the ghost town, I'm trying to figure out where is the road out? Like, where is the road from the ghost town, four-wheeling, to get, like, I'm trying to get to my mine. I'm trying to get to the mine. The mine's like 9 miles away. But from where I'm at in the ghost town, where is the trail, the BLM trail that goes out? So I'm in the ghost town, okay? And I'm in the red light district cabins, but I was in the madam's cabin, me and Mom. So we go to leave. We don't have our helmets on. We have goggles on. And I'm trying to find the way out. And I come around the bend in the desert. This was on Saturday. I come around the bend, and whoop, I got pulled over by the BLM. So now I got pulled over by the BLM, and today I got a ticket from a motorcycle cop. So we get pulled over by, this is a good story though, the BLM. So we're in the desert. I'm in Randsburg. I'm trying to find the trail from the town to my mine. So instead of going, my mine, yeah, it's my mine. My mine! No, my gold mine. So I'm trying to find how to go from the ghost town, and find the right dirt trail to make it all the way to my mine. My mine. So I'm trying to get there. Marcus. No, today's officer was Riviera, which was El Español. He was across the border. Anyways, so forget about Riviera. So on Saturday, me and Mommy are trying to make it to the mine. So I come around the bend where the jailhouse is. I come around the bend, and whoop whoop, the 4-wheel drive BLM pull over. I pull over. I got Mommy in the car, and she's like, "Well," she has camera too. They all got cameras now. She comes over and she's like, "Well, you made a couple of infractions." And I don't know, she was a chick. So, and I'm like, "Yeah, well, she's like, well, you're not supposed to be on the road." And I'm like, wow, they're all out full force, Anyways, it's a really good story. So she pulls me over and she gives me a warning, checks my ID, and she says, "Look, here's the map. You don't take this road. You got to go over the top of the mine the other way and come around." Okay, fine. So I'm in the ghost town, in the Mojave Desert, close to Edwards, close to China Lake, close to my gold mine, close to where all the monsters are. She tells me, this is just a warning. She didn't give me a ticket. And I told her, I said, "Well, I was trying to get over that hill to where my mine is." And she goes, "Oh, you mean Laurel Mountain?" She knew the area. She has to. That's what she does, right? And I go, "Yeah, over Laurel Mountain." I go, "Yeah, I'm a ghost hunter." Like, that's what I said, right? I go, "Yeah, I'm a ghost hunter." And she goes, "Oh, there's some really trippy shit out there." Spicy lives matter. Okay? She says to me, the BLM, when I tell her where my mine is, she's like, "There's a lot of creepy shit out there." I'm like, "Oh, that's from the BLM." Yeah, I don't know. I think they're all out to try and make money from all of the money they lost. Anyways, the BLM pulls me over, and as I'm shooting the shit and telling her about the mine, she tells me the location, and she tells me there's a lot of creepy shit out there. And I've told you guys before, in that area, there in 1953, there was a Stargate that some scientists found. No BLM. Anyways, BLM! No, Bureau Land Management, not BLM. Not that BLM. The Ranger BLM. Oh no, if I got pulled over by BLM, I'd have to pull out my pistol. My little snap. No. I got pulled over the BLM, the Ranger. So sorry. The Ranger, Yogi Ranger. Hey, Bella. Yeah, okay. So I keep saying BLM. Okay, Bureau of Land Management. Yeah. So no, I got pulled over by the Ranger. And she was fully equipped, gun, the whole 9 yards. She told me, yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Like today, I got a fucking ticket. Saturday, I'm pulled over on my quad in the desert. Not my quad, my Razor. Why? Because they know we're all getting ready to uproar, right? We're all getting ready. Or I think they're trying to make up. I think they're trying to put a bunch of tickets out to try and make up all the money they lost from everything else. Yeah, but I gotta sell it. It's a piece of shit. We bought a used one and we've been working on it for 2.5 months, change the axles, this, that. We got it. I got a trailer. I towed it. I thought it was going to be all that, but it just rode crappy. It just wore out. It was a used one we bought. So, BLM. Bureau Land Management. Damn, it's fucking hot in here. It's a Polaris Can-Am 900. But it's an older one. So, that's why we got it. It was pretty cheap, but hold on, GB. They're going to go crazy with the tickets. You okay? You okay? Poor baby. You okay? You don't feel good? You don't feel good? It's okay. Anyways. Oops. Like the forest fires. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. But what I found super duper interesting was when she said that a lot of weird shit happens out there. So anyways, here's my ticket. Here's my ticket. This motherfucker gave me a fucking ticket. Fucking ticket, man. Fraction. Failure to stop at the stop sign. Whatever, dude. We're in a freaking catastrophe. Give me a break with your goddamn failure to stop. I can't rescind because I was caught on camera pissed off at him. I was caught on camera telling him I didn't appreciate it. I'm dropping everything. Hold on. Shit. Anyways, hold on. Shit's hitting the fan everywhere because I'm dropping everything. BLM sounds too close. Yeah, shit. Oh my god, I gotta go outside. I'm so fucking hot. I got a fire blazing in there. Anyways, how's everybody else doing? Hold on, let me fix this thing. The cop was pissed at me too, man. He was pissed when I told him. I went, excuse me, let me tell you something. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't really appreciate you giving me this ticket. You know, it's a little out of hand, I told him. he got pissed and walked away. Okay, I'm outside. Woo. Okay, so James, how's it going out there? No. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Lou. Revolution. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, but unfortunately, I already ate my can of Spam, so I'm down 1 day of food ration. The food, yeah. It's look, we've all been preparing for this for a while. You know what I mean? And I showed you guys the video yesterday at the cemetery. That's gnarly. Okay, that's gnarly. Rows and rows and rows and rows of them. Those, you saw those cement canisters. Now, I'm not sure, but get this. I'm not sure, but when you bury someone, you dig them 6 feet under, right? So 6 feet under, those canisters, salty balls. Okay, so the canisters, those cement canisters, the ones I filmed yesterday, they were probably 6 feet, right? Okay, so the canisters that I filmed yesterday, listen, it almost looked to me like they were double deckers. Not they were double deck, they were too deep, but they looked double decker. Like they were, like those cylinders, those cement cylinders looked like they were ready to put several bodies in. Seriously, you guys saw it. Yeah, they show the path from the west coast to the east coast. Yes, we have the maps. But it's scary, okay? Yeah. I think okay, so those cement canisters that I filmed yesterday were like, that was a big deal. But the truckers, so I was going to go out to the truckers and give them some military food, but I heard rumors that there's going to be some bombs set in some of these trucks. You know what I mean? Like there is no doubt about what Canada did. If BIDEN is in control, we're fucked. Bingo. And if BIN is in control, we're fucked. Speaking of Ukraine, how is it that sonic weapons? So what's happening already in Russia is they already did sonic weapons. They already turned off internet. Cyber attacks have already happened. It's okay, baby. I'm back. It's okay, boo-boo. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. See, it's that leg, but I can't touch it because if I touch it, he'll fucking bite me. They already started the cyber attacks. And isn't it interesting that Wow, it's really cold outside, guys. Woo. Snoop Dogg live. That's what I'm thinking, is that I think Trump and Putin are the same class. Remember, you guys? Okay, remember a long time ago, Putin made that announcement and he said, remember? Remember when Putin said at the beginning, a long time ago, remember when he said, you satanic people better stop it or I'm going to stop you? Remember that? A year ago when this first started happening. He said, and I quote, he said, you better stop your draconian measures with your lockdowns or I will stop you. Remember that? Putin said? Okay, I had to fix my camera. Got a question. Trump said yesterday he knew Putin so well, so if he's in charge, why didn't he tell what a psycho to start a war? No, the thing is, Lou, check this out. Let's think about this for a minute. Lights out next is right. Think about this, Lou. Okay. Ukraine is tied into Biden. Think about this for a minute. Ukraine is tied into Biden. Okay? Biden, asshole Hunter, he's tied into Ukraine. Ukraine is tied into Biden and Hunter. Now, don't you remember a long time ago when stupid, Clinton, Hillary, remember she gave them so much money. Did you ever see the documentary? It's called White Hats. White Hats. White Hats is a documentary and it has to do with Ukraine and over in that area, and they're always fighting each other. White Hats are the guys who volunteer when the bombing hits to put on a white hat and go rescue the people of their town, right? Ukraine is where they launder all the money. And then riddle me this. Why was Harris there yesterday? Hi, Sharon. Guys, why was Harris in Ukraine? Right before this happens, if they knew the intel, right? If the Secret Service knew the intel, why would Harris be over there? Listen, if Secret Service knew, see, Nancy Pelosi had her son over there. So if the Secret Service knew, yeah, and then this would be the president. You got that right. If Secret Service knew what's going on, but ran in corruption info. Biden wants all Americans out so they can't report back there. That's a good point. So why is it, it makes no sense that if they knew they were, okay, so they have satellite and they can see all the tanks, okay? All the tanks, they can see everything, okay? They can see everything from the Elon Musk and the Star Wars satellites can see everything. So they see all the troops. Why would you send your vice president to Ukraine knowing that, hey, there could be a war, okay? Why would you even put them at risk? That's number one. Number two, it's proven to be the most corrupt, okay? And number three, Putin announced a couple hours ago, he said if anybody, any other country thinks about interfering, he said if any other country thinks about interfering, they will be dealt with consequences like nothing you've ever seen. Putin said that. Yeah, no one home, I know. So there was already cyber attacks. They already shut down stuff. The bombings already started in Ukraine. I think Putin knows something we don't. I think he knows Ukraine is probably a piece of crap. Well, we know it is. All of our corrupt politicians, the Hillarys, the Bidens, are all in bed with them. Yeah. I honestly think, like, what is the timing that all of this is happening at the same time that the trucker convoy started? Today. You know what I mean? Like, how is it today the trucker convoy started? Oh, FYI, I got some good news for you guys. It's good news for me. But here's the deal. After massive editing, problems, publisher, problems, piece of shit, crap, today I finally sent over the final copy. He said there will be consequences. That's right. Anyways, I feel relieved because at 3 o'clock in the morning, I finally finished the copy of the book, the first one. The second, by the way, so what happened is my book. By the way, my book. I want you guys to know there was a problem, a big problem. So the book was 185 pages, and that's kind of thick. I didn't know. The book is kind of big. My book is kind of big. So what happened is they convinced me into cutting it into two. So that was the issue is I've been fixing it. So the first book is The Madam, and the second book is My Haunted Mind. Double space. Add 2+1. Anthony, it's gonna be a bestseller. It's not released yet. You're gonna want to buy it. It's really a good story. It's good. And I have pictures from 1890s. I have permission from the madam's great-great-grandnieces. I spoke to them on the phone. Okay. I spoke to Pat in the state hospital. You already know. They sent me a letter. They called me last week, actually. So I asked to use one of their pictures. So anyways, the book is going to be coming out. It's a 2-book, right off the bat, 2 books. Because it was too thick. And it was too much money. Because now, I guess, I don't know how to say, but, okay, Bella, don't worry, because it's gonna, once I pull the trigger, I'm gonna release the web page, because the web page is ready to go, and then it's, and then we can start pre-selling. It'll take like 2 weeks to print, so I want to make sure I have them, and you guys will be ready and drop. As soon as it's ready, I'll come live and tell you guys. But anyways, it's going to be 2 books. It's so bitchin'. So book number 1 is The Madam. It's badass. Book number 2 is My Haunted Mind. Yeah, you can buy hard copy or soft. So the problem is, let me go back to what I was saying. Because it was so thick, the reason why they told me to cut it in half, it was getting too expensive. It was too expensive. And I have original 1890 photos in there. I mean, it's really bitching. Yeah, we'll talk. So the book was too big. And so I had to cut it in half to make the price right. Because I want the price to be like $25, $24.95. You know what I mean? And at this rate, they're trying to tell me I needed to sell it like at 40. And, you know, I'm not an author, so I'm not going to be able to sell it at 40. So I broke it into 2. So they're like, it's easier. Anyways, my dog is, anyways, yeah, you guys, whenever you guys want to buy them, tell me, I'll sign them. But the web page is up. It's killing me because it's been something. My Haunted Mind. Mine. M-I-N-E. M-I-N-E. Mine. My Haunted Mind. Not mind. Mind or mine? Anyways. Now we have the war. We know that stupid buttfuck was over there. The VP, the fake VP. We're going to call her VVP. No, FVP. Fake VP, right? So the fake BB. My mind is haunted. Did you guys see the ghost in my thing yesterday? Yeah, let's talk about it. Lou. I think he's lightened up. Yeah, HPV. HPV. Harris is HPV. You know what I'm saying? HPV. Hooker. I don't know, man. I think Putin is the same. I think Putin is a good guy. I don't think he's a bad guy. I think Trudeau is a bad guy. I think he's horrible. I think Germany is fucked up in the head. Okay? Right? He's no longer a commie. I mean, he's got to do what he has to do to protect his country. Did you guys see what happened in China? They're in the streets begging for food. They're starving. They have no fucking food. China is fucked. They keep locking people down and they don't have food. That's what this all boils down to. Do you remember what happened? How many here have gone to Hawaii? How many people have gone to Hawaii? Everybody's gone to Hawaii, right? Yeah. How many here have gone to Hawaii? When you went to Hawaii, you go on the little bus tour, and the bus tour shows you about Pearl Harbor. Do you remember? And when you go on the Hawaii trip, they take you on the bus, and they go, there's Pearl Harbor, and there's, and they show you this mountain. When they show you this mountain in Hawaii, and they say this mountain was, it was a mountain that buried all of their fuel. They needed fuel, remember, for all of our warship over there. Yes, it is commie. But so listen, in the trip, when you take the trip in Hawaii, they go, here's Pearl Harbor. You see that mountain over there, that still has fuel in it. And then they said that the Hawaiians got addicted to spam because remember they had to ship shit over there. Another one. They had to ship shit over there. Okay, they had to ship shit over there to Hawaii, and the locals got addicted to spam. We just talked about spam. I just had spam last night for the first time. So they talked to you in Hawaii about spam. They talked to you about Pearl Harbor. They talked to you about, what mountain they came over. They talked to you about the fuel and everything like that, right? But what they really tell you, if you listen, is they tell you what was Japan fighting us for? What was Japan in World War II? Why did Japan start the war? Because they needed fuel. Okay? Gas, right. That's right, Pete. They needed gas. That's what they were fighting for. Their land, they didn't have the resources they needed to continue. What is going on today? China is fighting us and doing this bio war because they need to take up United States land because they need food. Okay? They need fuel. So what was World War II? It was over gas. What is World War III? It's over Japan needing food. Today it came out they are starving. We've heard the reports that they're buying up land to make farm in the United States. We've heard this. That's why they're burning California. Yeah. Well, and then why is Bill Gates buying up all the land, the farmland? You know what I mean? So what this war is going to be really based on, it is population. Population is an issue, but there's other ways to deal with it. Instead of letting everybody just sit on the couch and have more babies and get paid, give them a job. If you give somebody a purpose to get up and feel better about themselves and go to work and pay their bills, then they're not going to be sitting around and fucking around, okay? This is what happened with the AIDS epidemic in Africa, if you remember. Africa in the 80s, there was a documentary, this person went to this one town in Africa, and every single person and every baby, that's right, idle hands, every single baby that was born had AIDS, HIV, back in the 80s. And it was like, why? And I thought, why? Why is there so many people in this one town, like 90% had AIDS. And it was because they had, AIDS and Ebola. No, they had AIDS at the time. It was in the 80s. Now, why was there so much AIDS? And I kept thinking, these people don't have jobs. They don't have work. They live in those kind of places. You know what I mean? And, the huts. And it was because they didn't have a purpose to get out. And so they're fucking around. I'm sorry to say, but it's like, I feel like there's a better way to handle this. Hold on, we got a report coming in from Pete here. Like he handled Afghanistan, like he's handling the economy, like he's handling our border, like he's handling our energy independence. That's right. It's so this what's happening right now. It's kind of like, and then, how they've been pushing us to eat non-meat products. Well, I mean, imagine with the billions of people that are here in the world. You know what I mean? Like, I would assume that there would be 1 billion cows that we have to make. I agree that there's a problem, but don't kill the ones that are alive. Try and fix the problem. I got a really good story to tell you. You won't believe it. Okay. Hold on, another report coming in. He has been given his marching orders by the governor of Bank of Canada, and leakage of capital funds to extreme damage to Canadians' banking international reputation. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, let me block all this crap. Reconnecting. Okay. Anyways, Bill was bummed out that the vaccines. Yeah, I read a report, which I can't do it here because I didn't go on my computer because of Willie. Uh, Denmark released the thing, and they said release all the mandates and make sure there's 200 people in an area at all times because we need to excel the depopulation and have everyone get sick. You know what I mean? And I used to think that the people that were awake were more like 65, 70% now. Now I'm starting to think too many people went over to the other side. You know what I mean? And I mean, look at the truckers. Yeah, the Georgia Kidstones. That's right. It says depopulate. Like I agree. You know, okay, I got to tell you guys a really good story. So I was sitting here after my trip to the ghost town, and I was trying to rest, and I'm getting ready to turn off my cable because I don't watch it, and I don't want to give them a goddamn penny for the crap they put on TV. The crap on TV is out of control. It's like Kiki. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, zombie. So listen, I was sitting here and I'm like, I got to get rid of my cable. And every time I go to cancel it, they always give me some bullshit that's not prorated, and then I mess up. Anyways, I'm sitting on the couch. This is a good one. I'm sitting on the couch trying to watch TV, and what was on was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, I never really watched this all the way through. Let me watch it. And it starts off, you know, that the apes are living, you know, in their structure. It was like, you know, by San Francisco in the forest. They had their structure. They had a hierarchy. They were hunting. They were families. They were surviving. They had you know, they were surviving properly. You know, they had a utopia, the apes. Then you see the humans come in, and they need to get remember, they need to get the water, they need energy. And so when the apes go into the San Francisco, it's so bizarre. Listen, it's so bizarre. And I'm like, you guys remember Dawn of the Planet of the Apes? It had to do with 10 years. There was a disease that wiped out a majority of the humans. The same shit going on today. It's the same shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Am I watching a manual here? So the apes go in to San Francisco, and then they see, like, you can see how messy humans are with our so much shit we build, so much trash, we're dirty, you know, we need electricity. Well, they said something really, really important. The monkeys, apes, in Dawn of the Apes, they said, the humans said, the problem with the apes, this is really good. The problem with the apes is that the apes don't need electricity and heat like us. And I'm like, yeah, because we're half fucking aliens, okay? We are a hybrid. We're a hybrid. We have to wear clothes, okay? We have to wear clothes. We have to wear jackets. Our skin, we get sunburn because our skin is not made for this planet. This isn't our planet. We are intruders, you guys. I know this. I videotape them. You don't know what I see. I see it. We are not the earthlings. Well, we do need clothes, Marcus, some of us. But Dawn of the Apes, it was a manual of what's happening today. Okay, there was disease. And then, of course, you know, humans are brutal. Rita, don't eat clothes. You know, but what was interesting is that animals don't need heat. They have a different mechanism, different makeup than us, where They can adapt. I mean, how is it that a rabbit can be in Antarctica, not in Antarctica, like in Canada in negative 30 degrees, you guys? How is it that an animal, they have something weird with their fur? Yeah, but their fur also does something. Like your dog, like my dog is shedding, okay? Like there's something in their makeup where they get an extra layer of fur to keep them warm, and then their temperature changes. Snow bunnies. Their temperature changes to adapt. Humans can't do that. Humans, but we actually do have the same amount of hair. We do have the same amount of hair as an ape, but it's not the same makeup. They don't manscape. It's called undercoat. Okay. It was like -7 here. Wow. We need clothes. I know, but think about it. Think about it. How often do you see an animal died from freezing? Rarely. Rarely. Don't you ever wonder, like, man, how the fuck did the wolves do it? The wolves and the bunnies, how do they do it? Because their adaptation, they're from here. They're from here. We're not from here. We're not from here. We're different. We require different stuff. They hibernate. They're adapted to their environment. Right. Well, why aren't we adapting to our environment? I saw a cat frozen to a water spigot once, dressed like an Eskimo. I like snow bunnies. Anyways, what about a snake? Okay, it can stand the heat and it can stand the cold. Yeah, they go into a hole, but it's different. We have a different makeup. We're not from here. And Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was like a really big sign, like it was a carbon copy when they said that they're jealous of the gorillas and the apes because they don't need heat to survive or electricity, but we do. I mean, we don't, but we do. We do. We do. Anyways, I thought that was kind of interesting. But, you guys, we've been going through shit for 2 years, and we've been going through shit for 2 years. And, I feel like, I don't know about you, but I feel a little bit like let down. We are the aliens, Marcus. Haven't you guys been feeling a little bit let down, over the last 6 months? I know, is this wrong for me to think, is it wrong for me to think, is it wrong for me to think, God, I can't wait. I can't wait to tell everyone, we were right. And I think to myself, look, some of this shit, we've been waiting for so fucking long. You have to admit, we do look a little kooky. We're looking kooky by the minute. You know what I mean? Think about the people that are getting told the news and they're brainwashed. So I told you I watched I never watched TV. I watched Dawn of the Apes, not Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And every single commercial was degrading. And it was every single commercial. Every commercial was degrading. And then it was like, then if the commercials weren't degrading enough, made me sick, okay? If the commercials weren't degrading enough, then the other commercials were actually about taking the boom, boom, boom. No, I'm telling you, Rita, I don't watch regular TV, and it was a shocker. It was a shocker. When I did, I was trying to relax my mind. Yeah, I feel like everyone's around me is an idiot too. Honestly. So I'm with my mom on Saturday, and I'm trying to red pill her. You know what I mean? And I'm like, look, mom. I'm like, look, mom, let me just put it to you this way. Some of the batches have shit in them. And she's like, I already went through this with the polio shots. Everyone thought the same thing. And I'm like, no. Like here's another great little thing I want to bring up because I don't want to forget. The other great thing is when they man-made HIV. When they man-made HIV, okay, in Congo, no, I don't know if it was Congo, somewhere in Africa, they had the chimpanzees all in those cages. And they were given the chimps, because they're on 98.6% DNA of us. They were given the chimps all these different diseases. If you remember, they were given all the diseases to the chimp. Remember, because this was, I can't remember the dates, but it was right around the time that when we were kids, we all got the polio shots. Yeah, we all got polio shots when I was in school. We just waited in line and got our shots. And some people got cancer, right? And you know, we couldn't figure out what was the, you know, was it the area? Was it the water? You know, it's hard to figure out because people move. And it was the polio batches, okay? So what was a sweet revenge on the earthlings? The sweet revenge was they were infecting the chimpanzees. And they were infecting man-made, that's right. When they were infecting the chimpanzees with all these different diseases, cancer and HIV, what the sweet revenge from the chimpanzees was when they injected them with HIV, the monkeys, the chimpanzees, this is true, the chimpanzees grew an immune system, but the humans did not. So they were trying to infect the chimpanzees to practice, and the chimpanzees beat them. Now, some of those chimpanzees, when they just got up and left the pharmaceutical companies, you know what, Marcus, it's so clear. Like, first they're going to get you to trust them. Then they're going to use you. So absolutely. Whenever somebody like Pelosi, you know, I don't want to say it. It's true though. They do hate them. But they're going to go after the more, you know, easier to manipulate. And I mean like people that have no money, you know, it's easier to manipulate. And shit's going to hit the fan. Anyways, so the chimpanzees beat the HIV. Then when the scientists had to vacate the area that all the chimps were in, have you seen it? All the chimps were in these cages, and some African people went there, and they took the chimpanzees. They just left chimps, our freaking farm, and they took the chimps and they put all the chimps to live out the rest of their lives on an island because they can't swim. You know, gorillas and chimps, they can't swim. There's some lady that has her chimps swimming in Florida, but for the most part, they can't swim. That's why you ever see, like, you don't ever see gorillas fighting chimps because they have territories and rivers separate them and they can't cross it. And that's interesting. Anyways, they took the chimps that survived all the horrible tests that are all screwed up and they put them all on this island. And it's called Chimp Island. And so some of the locals go there and they drop off food for the chimps. But so the sweet revenge is the humans were trying to infect the chimps, and the chimps came back and beat them at their own game. And according to Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which movies are always right, they're pretty smart. It's kind of weird. Remember what the Anunnaki said on the Egyptian, you know, on the Siberian tablets? Not Siberian, in the Cimarron tablets. Remember they said, when we made the humans to mine for us, they needed us to mine for their gold. They said, we made a mistake by giving humans vocal cords. They talk too much. You see it in all the pictures. The Illuminati were huge, not Illuminati. I'm spinning it wrong. That's another reason why I think we're manipulated. Like, we're little. Like, here's another thing that tells you that we're not from here. Like, we're little. I mean, think about it. If you stood up next to a lion is gargantuous. Okay? It's not, we're not in the same playing field as a lion. A lion is huge. Or like, even a hyena. Hyenas are gargantuous. I mean, they look small next to a lion. Humans aren't supposed to be here. If you notice that most animals are big. I know, Lou, I'm on a roll. We are a hive of the ants. You know what? I just want to say I'm really worried about the convoy. The convoy. The convoy is I'm a little nervous for everyone. I mean, how is it the perfect timing? We can train monkeys to push buttons. Oh, I put that on my book, Fossils. What's interesting, this is really interesting too. The what's interesting is that you ever see like a monkey and a gorilla and they're in their cages or the zoos and they have those screens. The Bible says God gave us domination over all the animals. If we didn't have guns, I understand, but I was trying to make an example of, like my mom doesn't understand about the shot and she's trying to compare it. I'm trying to compare it to the polio conspiracy when people were saying there was shit in the polio shots that got people sick. I'm trying to compare it to her to make her understand that this vax, certain batches have bad stuff like it was with the polio shots. I'm trying to, only way I can get her to try and understand. You know what I mean? Because I try and red pill her over and over and she just thinks I'm crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, but like I just don't think that we're not supposed to be from here. Our skin, we get sunburn. Okay, we can't adapt to the cold, to the heat. I mean, to some degree. An angry white. This shot is clearly, yeah, I know. And reproductive. Yeah. So did you get this? I can't stand watching David Ninos anymore. I can't stand it. Like I used to really live to watch him because I needed some outlet. But I just feel like David Ninos Rodriguez is just so, he's all about the money. He doesn't care about, he acts like he cares, but everything is about the old mighty buck. Money, 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 money with that guy. Anyways, so like I go to watch him and I can only stand like fucking 10 minutes after his commercial pitches and then I'm done. Like I can't. He irritates me. Yeah, and then so what I was trying to get at is like, Juan was supposedly talking. Oh, good, Sharon. Is the baby okay? Lou. Lou, we're shooting the shit here. This is called a conversation. It's called chatting. We're chatting. And we're chatting before shit hits the fan. We've been waiting for this for 2 fucking years. March will be 2 years, come to think of it. 2 years of this crap. And we feel a little bit stupid because we've been all expecting this. I've bought food here. Yeah, just put one head on a ventilator. Look, we've been waiting for the shit to hit the fan for so long. And like, I think maybe it finally is. And I don't know. I'm going to say this out loud. I'm sorry to say, but I'm just going to say this out loud. I guess we're going to find out if Mr. T really does have any power. Green eggs and spam, I am. Because if I have a question. Does anyone think there's another virus? Are we letting him loose? I heard something like smallpox. Yes, I heard that too, Betty. Now listen, you guys know I wrote the book about the ghost town. One of the things that I found about the ghost town was, all over. I was doing the homework in the what was it? I can't remember, 1911, we had the smallpox epidemic. And you know how many people it killed? 50 to 100 million. Okay, 50 to 100 million died 50 to 100 million. So it sounds to me like if they unleash that, smallpox, we could have a problem. Oh, murder virus. Well, here's what's interesting about your theory, Betty, because I heard that too. And I heard that, well, actually, Trump said wait till after the Olympics. Shit's going to hit the fan. And I think that they've tried all these other viruses and it's not working. It's not killing us fast enough. Some of us are on board. Yeah, practice run. I think you're right. Yes, history repeats itself. That's right. That's right. Because I believe Mother Nature takes care of it. Mother Nature will cleanse the earth. That's why she has floods. That's why she has earthquakes. That's why she has fires. I'm not talking about the man-made Gavin Newsom fires. I'm talking like, yeah, I think this was a trial run. I think you're right. We could be in big trouble. I think this was a trial run. I think that after the Olympics, because China, because they needed it, I just don't understand why the fuck would we even go to China? Why would you send your kid there? Did you see? They're prisoners. Oh, that's another thing, Betty. Good thing you said that. I heard that in the Olympians, they were feeding in their food. They're bringing back the virus. Like, why would you send your kids to an enemy? Yes, the groups are going to be the carriers. Why would you send your kids to the enemy country? And I just thought of something. So I didn't watch the Olympics, right? Yeah, Coco is the best. Listen, I just thought of something. Oh my God, this is so perfect. So the theory is that they were giving in the food for the Olympians, they were given the new virus. And think about it. You have people from all over the world who represent their countries. So now everyone who ate the food that China fed them has now gotten the new virus in them. Now they're going to go home to all the different countries and spread it again. But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. The way they fed the Olympians was with computers. Machines were feeding them. They didn't have real waiters. They didn't have any Chinese waiters handing them the food. It was all done by computers. Their food, like Star Trek. You understand? So if there's a virus in the food they were giving the Olympians, it's more obvious now than ever because it was robots were feeding the Olympians their food. That means nobody touched it but the robots. Lou, I got news for you. I think it's happening. Yeah, so look. If they put something in the food for the Olympians, it's so perfect. It's right in front of your eyes. And Trump said, wait till after the Olympics. The Olympics. So I heard the rumor they were putting another one in the food and giving it to the Olympians. Now, all those Olympians will represent all the different countries. Now they're going to go home and spread it. And the people that was serving the food to the Olympians was a robot. Didn't you see it? It was a robot. They didn't have humans. Yeah. Rage Against the Machines. Yeah. That kind of scares me. You saw that, right, Cajun? Yeah. World War III is here. We've been in it for a year and a half. Ever since they faked the boxes, if you will, ever since they duped Mr. T, that was war. That was war. And they planned that a year and a half before it went down. So this is good versus evil, spiritual warfare. Marie, do you think Mr. T, do you make the dream come true? I hope that our theories are correct and that he is the puppet master behind our military. Now, there's certain branches of the military and levels of the military that they cannot. They have to take an oath to be able to do things without ever being rewarded. You know what I mean? There's parts of the military that do things behind the scenes. There's probably God knows how many things they've done to protect us that we never even knew. We're going to work and we didn't even know. They stopped an attack. So the real military, they have to have some sort of a conscience where they know whatever they do, they can never get recognition. You know what I mean? A pat on the back. And so we have to just pray that behind the scenes that's going on. But I think the convoy is a trap. And Trudeau, he's a pussy and he couldn't hold his face for 1 minute and he fucking showed us his colors. He did it. So Trudeau, such a pussy with a bunch of truckers, he had to break down to Emergencies Act and, steal their money and close their bank accounts. You fucking pussy. Well, I'd like to try, Lou. But what I was going to say is the problem with the convoy is it's a setup, because now if Biden and his people are in control and the convoy gets there, he's just going to call martial law and we're fucked. You know what I mean? I think that the truckers are going to go to DC and the same shit's going to happen. And it'll be an excuse. It'll be an excuse. I think it's a mistake for the convoy. I think it's a mistake because Trudeau has already shown what he can do. And now that makes it easier for other countries to do it. Because, by the way, this is happening worldwide. You guys know that. This trucker convoy is worldwide. It's not just USA and Canada. USA. But I think that we're going to have a problem. Cleansing, it wouldn't affect those good and loving. You call China the enemy, and they are, but they are allies of Putin. I don't think so. They're not allies of Putin. If anything, Lou, what's happened is our Biden administration has shown that we are weak. And that has given the other countries time to collaborate and know they can do what they want, because we showed them we're weak. I don't think they're not allies, but they know they pit against. Now they know they can make their plans and make their moves. I think more, I don't know what to say, man. We need another good movement. I don't know, man. I think the only thing that can save us is the military, or if there's any peas that Mr. T had that we don't know about, and that the military really is behind him. If we believe 1% of what 107 says, 107 said that it's going to be like a nuclear war, like a Cuban Missile Crisis. Well, we're getting there right now. And if that's the case, then Trump is supposed to swoop in, and Trump he's a commander in chief. The Congress recognizes Biden. Congress recognizes Biden. But I think the military recognizes Trump. So we have dual presidencies. And if it's true and Trump still has the football. Remember, Trump closed down. Yeah, military is the only way. It is the only way. We've lost control. This country is a mess. It's a fucking mess, man. It's a mess. Yesterday I went to the cemetery, and I didn't go there to go to the cemetery. I was on my way back from the doctors, and I thought, I haven't been here in months. And how weird to see all those goddamn graves, tomb graves, rows of them. They've already hacked Truth Social. They hacked it yesterday, they brought it down 3 times, which we already knew was going to happen. But it's I don't know. I'm at the point where I'm ready for payback. I'm ready for consequences. I'm ready for people to, what did Rittenhouse say? It's time for people. Yeah, but you know what? I'll tell you something I found, and I'm sure you guys have found too. There's a lot of people that just are not going to wake up, and that's just the way it is. Yeah, crash. That's right. Crash by Banal test. Yeah. But I think until we get control of the media, you got to admit, though, it is kind of badass. It is kind of badass to see, if you think about it. I wish we could see more on TV or a documentary, but it is kind of bitching to see, like for CNN, for example. CNN, okay, got rid of the Como, got rid of Rachel, and now Don Lennon, he's in big ass trouble. And not to mention, he looks like he's 90 years old. And my friend was here, and I'm like, let's look and see at CNN. And I flipped the channel, and Don Lennon was on, and she goes, that's not Don Lennon. He looks white. I go, no, man, he's aged. He's stressing big time. Yeah. So think about it. CNN has collapsed. It lost its chief of CNN. It lost Como. If you look, Anderson Cooper and Don Lennon that are left, they look 90 years old, like bad. Hold on, let me see what's going on with the pooch. Let me see. You okay? Still feeling sick? Can't move? It's okay. It's okay. Right. I know. I see you. It's okay. All right. Poor baby. It's okay. Just rest. It's okay. Poor baby. His little older ears are cold. His leg, he had surgery on his leg 3 years ago. I don't want to get near it because he'll bite me. He had surgery. They had to replace his knee. And every now and then it pops out of the joint. And then what happens is he's in huge pain. He can't move, like you can see right now. He's breathing really heavy. Yeah. This happens a lot, every few months. And remember, I was trying to tell you guys that I went to the ghost town, and he hurt his leg because he was running through the cabin, and he jumped up on these stairs, and he slid, and his legs fell apart. And I know he's been hurt since then. Vicodin, that'll kill him. I got the other stuff. For the dog, but he is I love him so much. I mean, I give him fur blankets, I wash him, I feed him ground beef, and I can't touch it right now. He's in so much pain. I went to go rub his leg, like really soft, and he was like, because he's in pain. So what happened is he heard it over the weekend. Then I told you guys today I went to In-N-Out Burger, and I got a ticket. And so he was in the car, and he probably jerked it, you know what I mean? With his crazy mom he's driving. Crazy rocket. Anyways, it's funny how some of you think a cracked out junkie like Hunter is behind anything more than a dumpster. No, the thing is, Lou, is they're using his name. Like how embarrassing was it that Biden, who's supposed to be the Mr. P, Biden himself, Joey, President's Day, he spends it in Delaware? Like, why wouldn't you spend it in fucking Washington, D.C., you pussy? Yeah. No, we know that Hunter's he's just a tool to launder through. B's eyes has slid in the middle at times when talking. Oh my God, Kelly, no way. Oh my God. And they said he was an hour and a half late for his meeting. I mean, he's so filled up on, I know, I gotta wait, Lou. I gotta wait because he'll bite me. So let me just wait a few minutes, and then I'm gonna trick him, and I'm gonna give him some spam, and I'll put it inside the spam. You know what I mean? He's just a tool. Yeah, they just use it. Yeah, I can't see his eyes either. You know what I mean? Like he's a robot. I mean, I think to myself, he's got to be totally drugged up, but at the same time, it has to be a little bit of an upper in it too, you know? Isn't it funny when Trump would call Mitch McConnell cocaine? Well, what's more embarrassing is that damn, yeah, they're black too, like a possession. They are black. That's why he's for BLM. Black eyes. Because black eyes matter, okay? Black eyes matter. Yeah, Sleepy Joe. They did used to be blue, huh, Bella? Shit. Oh, I hear a jet. I hear a jet. Good look. I can't go out the door because then Willie will, I don't want him to get up. I can hear a jet. Remember, I'm not too far from Edwards Air Force Base. I mean, it's 55 minutes away, but in a jet, that's like 5 minutes, right? No! They said that Russia, when the shit happened today, that they were doing solar, and I don't know if it was they were doing outages. Keep it in your pants, Bella. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, did you see that thing fly by? Shit. Bella, any, yeah. So Bella, you can't see anything, huh? It's a submarine base. Can you see? Oh man, I'm really sorry I had to do this out here. So two things was happening. One, I didn't want to be too far from Willie because he can't move. He hasn't moved for like 2 hours. And two, yeah, General Dynamics electric boat. Two things. I didn't want to be too far from Willie, and the other thing is that my internet, it keeps going on and off, on and off, on and off. Bella, are you watching the submarine races? I'm going to do it, Lou. I have some, but let me just wait a minute until he's in too much pain and he'll bite me. So let me just wait a minute and I'll put it in that spam that he likes. You know what I mean? I'll crush it up and put it in the spam and give him some. Anyways, I don't know. The video that I want to tell you guys, yes, going off and on too. Okay. So if the trucker shit gets big, maybe they're going to turn our shit off, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So I know some people that have gotten sick more than once that have gotten this already. Like, let's just call it flu. They've gotten it several times. That's kind of interesting, right? Yeah. Anyways, I wish I could have come on Dark Winter. You know, it pisses me off, like I told you, I can't watch one more than 10 minutes because that's what I didn't finish saying. I just can't stand Nino's and his fucking bro system. You know, and it's like, yeah, bro. So the other day, I was trying to listen and 107 started talking about all the stuff we know about Antarctica, right? Stuff we've talked about for 2 years ago in depth. I've showed you the maps. Okay. So all of a sudden, 107 starts talking about Antarctica, and David Ninos, he's live, and he goes, no, don't talk about that. I know we talk about it off camera. And to me, it was like, that was like the bro system. Like, really? You guys have your little secret pack behind the scenes? First of all, we've already talked about that stuff 2 fucking years ago. I do hate that slang. Yeah, morenito. I think I do have beef flavor, Lou. So like, yeah. So anyways, so like I can't stand, like me, we all talk. When I figure out shit about the beings, I go over it with you and I show you, and I'm sad that I can't. Hopefully we can go live again and Saturday or maybe whenever, you know. If I can do these shows like for an hour and a half, then I'm not too tired. I can do more. But like when I do a live, I'll show you like what I see, that like in this one. Okay, so yesterday's video, the cemetery one, when I start talking and I show the tree and I put the thing around it, you can see it's a fucking perfect side profile face. Okay, now I filmed this bee in there that has a broken nose, and this guy doesn't have a broken nose. He's got a perfect side profile. Okay, I show it to you, but then there next to him is another being, and he's got a full head of hair. Now I showed Cajun that I filmed a little boy there, And then I showed he got to be a young boy, and I'm not sure, but I think this might be him growing up. And if that's the case, they're accelerating. So when I go live and I go back on the computer, I'm going to break down the pictures and show you. But it's in the cemetery video. So when I put this circle around, if you just pause it for a second, you'll see the face is absolutely perfect. And then next to him is another face facing him, and he's got a big black head of hair. And you can see the ear and everything. So, it is crazy. It's fucking crazy. So it's not, it's like, I think they're getting strength. I think they're growing faster. I do. I really do. Pretty scary. But, so yeah, time seems to be moving faster. So what's weird about that, Randy, is like I can't figure out with them if they're moving fast or slow. But I have a fucking, yeah, it's all, okay, Bella. So what it is if you watch my video from last night, when it's the cemetery video, and then as I'm showing you the cement caskets, you'll see that you'll see that I show a picture of the tree. Just pause it for 1 second and look, and I have the tree the face outlined, okay? Time and space are merging. Time and space are merging. Yes. That's what I fucking think it is, Randy. Time and space is merging. Yeah, just when you get off, the video's only 3 minutes long, but when you go and you see me showing this the caskets, and then I show the tree, pause it, and look at the picture that I have circled. It's a fucking perfect fucking face. Time lines crossing. Oh my God. I got to put that in the book. Time lines crossing. Fucking yes. So what I wrote in my book is I called it layers of time. So actually, Rita, we're thinking the same way. It is layers of time. It's layers of time. But it's timelines crossing. Oh my God, that's what it is. I really want to get rid of the second fucking book because and yesterday was 2222 when I did this picture. Like, I want to finish the second book fast because I want to get back out in the fucking field. You know what I mean? I got to get out in the field because I went out yesterday and I feel alive. God. Layer strands. We want to call it. I got it. I saw. Passive aggressive. James. James, I think he just doesn't understand us. But it's all good. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to learn some stuff. He just thinks I'm somebody crazy. Lou thinks I'm a conspiracy. But he's contributing and he's asking questions too. But it's okay. Maybe he'll come on board and he gets some of it. He does. Like, he's talking nice about my dog. He's not being a jerk. He's saying stuff like give him pills. So it's good. Lou, it's okay. But we're deep-rooted family here. Yeah, you got to check out that picture. Like, I know you guys are going to get it. Other people won't, and that's okay. But that face, man, when I go live again, I'm going to be able to be on my computer, and I'll break it down and show you. And it's badass. Like, badass. So anyways, by the way, so I went to the cemetery. I was on my way back. And, of course, the workers were in my spot. And they were staring me down, right? They were staring me down. And so I couldn't do any filming. So that was just a quick boom, 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 snap, snap, snap. Then I went to leave. And then I was kept being followed by that fucking guy. The guy in the cart kept following me. Then he was behind me because I come there. Well, I used to go there a lot. And it's not a coincidence, because I'm nosy. But I'm not nosy, but instantly I can see things are happening. Yeah. On the Truther channel. Has anybody been able to get on Truth Social yet? Yeah, it's okay. Because I think, like, if he's going to debate, if Lou is going to even take the time to type, then he's trying to understand. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, again, like he's not being. I think he's normal. It's not like a young guy or something. I don't know. Anyways, it would be kind of rare if he was a young guy named Lou. Isn't it weird how names change with the times? Anyways, so I really yeah, so what's happening I guess is the only people that are getting on because it's overloading is the iPhones first. Now I signed up for it like 6 months ago, and you have to be on a waiting list. But they said the first to go to get on was the first releasing. Maybe, huh? Bella, wait till you see that picture from yesterday. If you just pause the video for a second and see when I put the circle around the tree. If you just look at it for a second. Oh, 50 at a time. Maybe they're doing background checks. Marcus. White man from Texas. I don't know. Marcus could be a cool name. I think that's generic for any race. But if she spelt it differently, that might be a different story. You know? You always know the different names by. Man, it's so funny. Like, that LeBron James, he ruined it for everyone. I don't ever watch basketball anymore. And I'm a diehard Kobe fan. It's like, yeah, like Marcus. Yeah. No, it would be Marquez with the K or something silly. Yeah. Mark is pretty common. But it goes off of like the generation too. It's weird. Like when I was doing my homework, for the book, we're talking 1875, there was a lot of Emilys and there was a lot of Davidsons. You know what I mean? Like there was a lot of those names, you know? But it's like, I think Lou isn't somebody who would be young. I don't see you naming a 20-year-old Lou unless it was after naming it after somebody in the family. Okay, so the fire went out and Willie is still panting heavily. He's so much pain. He's panting. He's in so much pain. Poor guy. It's a screen name. My mom's name is Marguerite. Margaret. So the girl in the book is called Marguerite. Margie. So in my book, the star's name is Marguerite Roberts. And her mother's nickname was Maggie. Margie. I don't like that name, Margie. Margaret. I do like the cone of shame. Rita, I hope your husband's going to be okay. And Kim got a new car. And me, I'm over here dealing with it. I've been noticing stuff, like I've been seeing things fly by in my room. No, he's not doing better. He's panting. Like he's in so much pain. He's just panting heavily. But I've been through this before, so what I have to do is just kind of wait, and it may take him a day or two, and just not take him out for a W. Poor guy, man. So I can't leave the couch, because if I go in the room, then he may want to get up and follow me, and then I don't want him to hurt his leg again, No, I can't touch it. I already tried, and I went to pet him softly, and he just, his legs was shaking, and then he was like, Argh. Now he's had water, and he ate today. There we go. I just say I'm not trying to insult anyone. I would just pull. Oops. Just please respect my thought as I respect yours. By the way, I wish I was in my 20s, Lou. No, I agree, Lou. I mean, yeah, I feel like you're asking questions, but because of the stuff we talk about and we're all close, we just protect each other. But I think you're fine. Welcome back, everyone says, Lou. Yes, thank you for hanging in there, Penny, the ones that I have for him are the ones that are like, it's the beef flavor and they're kind of like chalky. We're just messing with you, Lou. I wish that I could be on my computer and show you guys stuff, but yeah, sorry, Lou. But sometimes we get, jerks that come on and, and believe it or not, we have some enemies. We have some enemies in the camp too. Yeah, I'm going to do it later. Like, I'm going to wait because right now he's heavily panting. And the best way is just let him. Marcus, $9.99. Oh my God. You were supposed to give me some Ripple. What happened to that? Marcus, we might be in trouble with the Ripple. The thing that Trudeau did, thank you very much, Marcus, make it rain. Make it rain. Yes, Lou, thank you for hanging in there. Thank you very much, Marcus. So what's happened with Willie before is that he'll go, the Ripple, the crypto called Ripple. He'll go under the table and then he'll just lay there. Yes, panting is a sign of pain. Very good. Oh no, XRP. Yeah, XRP equals Ripple. You lost yours? I mean, if you lose your password, you're in trouble. I've lost my password a couple times. Yeah, that's true. Panting is a sign of stress and pain. And for what I know, he did hurt himself in the cabin. And I did go to the store and I got pulled over and got a ticket. And probably when he jumped out of the truck, he hurt it. And then I'm just buzzing around working and I'm telling you guys, they mended his knee and sometimes it pops, and even though it has, all that string, it's just, it probably just. Did you try to use on Willie? No, not right now. I'm going to wait because he won't let me touch him. He'll growl. He's growling. He's in way too much pain. And the best thing for me to do is just to stand near him and listen. I'm listening to him panting. And I'm just listening to him panting, scar tissue. So what they did is they drilled a V in the bone because that bone was like this, so it was popping out his knee. So then they drilled the bone and then they put some like fishing wire, right? Ice. And then so he has a fishing wire, and so I think what he did is he pulled it and he just pulled the scar tissue. Yeah, you're right. Not right now. I can't touch him. He already tried to bite me. The best thing to do with him right now is to not touch him and just let him lay there because he hasn't gotten off the bed. And I was making dinner and he didn't get up, so the best thing is just let him just lay there for a little bit. He probably just yanked the shit out of it, tore it, pulled it. He'll be okay. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, Lou, I'm gonna just wait a little bit and then I'm gonna give him the Remedil like you guys said. But I'll wait and just let me wait another hour, and then I have pain meds for the dogs. Yeah, I have the Remedil that you guys are talking about. Oh yeah, I love him so much. I mean, everything it revolves around him. Listen to this. In the room, I have a velvet heating blanket that is only for Willie. Like he's on a heating blanket. I talked to you guys earlier about humans, not animals don't have to adjust. And here I am putting him on a heating blanket. But it's mommy shit. It's a mommy thing. Hey, and any of you guys go check your cemeteries. Now, in my cemetery, it's hilly. Probably it was cheap land, right? And over the top of the hill, I saw like about a year ago that they have back there on the top of the hill on my cemetery, back there, they have storage. And it's all those cement casings for the cemetery, okay? And I went up there like a year ago. I drove back there and I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going on. You know, I'm so nosy. And I saw a bunch of, storage back there. But yesterday, when I saw the rows and rows of this, I mean, right there in plain sight, okay? Like, okay, right there in plain sight. So what I'm saying is, I don't know if there's more back there and more there. I mean, how? Oh, good, Lou. No, we don't think so because you're still here and you're chatting away. You're family now. Anyways, I don't know. I want to know if other cemeteries are beefing up. How do they know that they need more cemetery caskets? I mean, that was a lot. And what I'm trying to say is the top of the hill is the storage. So is that storage overflowed and they need more? I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you guys. I think that they know something. I think they know something. It sounds fishy. It sounds fishy to me. Yeah. Vaults. Oh my God. I mean, to me, wait a minute. It's not an old cemetery. Well, it's an old, there's a part down below that's old, but it's not like they're going to dig up the bodies and re-put them in these cement. Wait a minute. They don't use cement caskets. Why do they have those? When you dig a grave, it's not in a cement casing. It's not in a cement casing. It's dirt. Oh, they do in LA. Oh, they're called vaults. It's okay, Kim. You didn't have to delete his message. It's a liner. No, it was okay, Kim, what he said. That was a mistake, Lou. Okay, but that's not what they did in the past. It would just be dirt and then you'd put the coffin in. So why are they all of a sudden putting people in cement caskets? Oh, okay. All right. Sorry about that, Lou. Okay. Well, anyways, either way, the cement caskets are overkill. I mean, you're going to pre-order 150 of those? Yeah, we're live, Ames. It's not a repeat, we're live. So I was there one time when they dug up a body, because I was there one time when they dug up a body because the burial was designed for the husband and wife. No, we don't have water table problems. Hold on, my battery's gonna die. I gotta fix it. Jesus. What the hell's going on over here? What the hell is going on over here? Yeah, so I'm glad that I tried the spam, so now I know. Now I know that when shit hits the fan and I gotta eat my spam. When I gotta eat my spam and we got no food, you know what? It all boils down to food, huh? Wars, everything. What the hell? Okay, let me see. Okay, hold on. I dropped everything, as usual. Okay, wait. Oh, shit. Hold on. I went the wrong way. Okay. All right. Sorry. I'm out here freelancing and I had to get the battery pack. Okay, now what did you guys say? No. What the hell's going on? Down here they have above ground vaults for the whole family. Oh, but you're like in Louisiana, right? Yeah, Cajun. It's Louisiana. See, look at your name. That's a dead giveaway right there. You know what I mean? Louisiana. We're talking about names. I haven't used to stand in a while. Mausoleums. So, I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's in my book. But I didn't realize until like 1 year ago that my grandfather, on my dad's side, my grandfather is a grave digger all his life. How is that possible? How is that possible that all my life, all my grandfather's life, he was a grave digger at the Glendale Memorial? And I never put the pieces together until 1 year. Exactly. James, think about it. Okay, it didn't hit me. Who you calling a digger? You said digger. That is, it wasn't until I was like trying to think about writing this book that it hit me that my grandfather, all his life, was a grave digger. You guys, that's where your connections come from. That's what I'm saying. He died in like 75. Yeah. Your grandfather built coffins? James, you understand the weirdness of that, okay? Like, it hit me. I'm like, wait a minute. You know, like, did he have a connection? And then I have the connection? You know what I mean? Like, all his life, he was great different. All I remember, kill it on the daily. All I remember of my grandfather is as a kid, I don't know, did you guys ever do this? Like, my families would do what's called visiting. And they go, we're going visiting. And so on the weekends, they'd load up the kids and they'd go visit. And then you'd have your cousins and you'd go play in the backyard, and, you know. And so all I remember is when we would go visit Peepaw, okay, when we would go visit my grandfather, is that this is all I remember. He lived, it was in Burbank. He had this modest little house. Oh my God, you know what, James? Okay, wait a minute. This is getting interesting. Okay, so look, all I remember about my grandfather is that he had a little house in Burbank, not too far from Glendale. That's in, you know, the Valley, California. And he had this little house, but he had a big front yard. And I remember as a kid, he didn't have money. Like, he was always in the garage working on this same old 1963 Nova. You know, I have a car, my cars run in our family. All I remember is we would go to visit him, and he had this ceramic fake deer in his backyard, 2 of them, and we would go jump on it and sit on it, and we would get yelled at. And then all I remember of my grandfather is that he had a tractor where he would sit on it and drive it around, you know, the tractor to mow the lawn. Okay? All he would do is sit on the tractor to mow the lawn. And I just remember, oh, that's really cool. But it didn't dawn on me. The reason why he had that tractor is because he was a grave digger. He was a grave digger. And he was so proud of this tractor, but I never put the pieces together. You know, I just thought, he's grandpa. Then my parents broke up, got a divorce at 11. This is very interesting. Fucking James, you just nailed it. And it's in the book, so it's not like I'm making this up. When I was 11, my parents broke up. Or it was right when they were breaking up, right? And I remember laying in bed, and I had my first experience of a shadow person. And we had bunk beds. And then I remember I was in the top bunk bed, and the window's behind me, and then against the wall, I can see the reflection of the window. And I'm laying in my bunk bed, and I heard this noise like a car. I don't know. Something woke me up. So I was laying in bed, and I went to turn. Like, I didn't want to look behind me at the window. So I was trying to look because I heard something like the rocks, or I heard noise. So I went to turn and move my head to look behind me in the window, and I couldn't do it. Like, I was so scared I could barely turn my head. But then I looked with my eyes against the wall, and I saw the shadow of the window, and I saw the shadow man. I saw the shadow man. So I'm laying in the bed and I'm trying to look behind me, but I'm frozen. Like I can't look behind me. So as much as I could turn my head, I can't do it. But then I look at the wall and the reflection of the window and I see the shadow figure. Just like the fucking one I took up on top of that hill 2 years ago. You know, the one that's behind the tree. Okay. So I turn my head and I could barely see it. And I look and then I pass out. I don't know if I was abducted. You know what I mean? I don't know if I was abducted, right? It is creepy. And it scared the shit out of me. Well, James, that was around the time my grandfather died. So did my grandfather have a connection? And then it gets passed on to me because I'm blood. I mean, this is kind of weird. The granddaughter of a grave digger. That's pretty bitchin'. So, so I see the shadow man, and you did? You had a friend called Ghostly Randy? He did have a connection with the dead. Because, like, how else can you do that fucking job, right, guys? Just like the ranger told me on Saturday. Oh. Just like the ranger told me on Saturday when I said, oh, I have a mine over there and I filmed some scary shit out there. And she's like, there's a lot of weird shit. So don't tell me those freaking rangers don't see a lot, right? You gotta, if you're going to be in their world, if you're going to wander in and out of their territory, you're bound to interact. Am I right? So my grandfather, as a gravedigger, you don't think, look, HBO did that great series called 6 Feet Under. Remember with the guy that did Dexter? Coal miner's daughter. I'm the gravedigger's daughter. Gravedigger's daughter. Yeah. They do have to sign an NDA. I had no idea. So like my dad is completely afraid. He's completely afraid of the paranormal. He doesn't want to see it. He doesn't want to, like when I go to show him, he goes, I don't see what you're saying. Right? So he's definitely not wanting to connect. He has his wall up. But I don't. So it realizes a year later that my grandfather is a gravedigger all his life. That's really fucking interesting. Because and it's weird, like I'm not afraid when I do what I do. I'm not afraid. He got ghosted. I'm not afraid of, I'm not afraid because I don't know. So, and they're not afraid of me. Like yesterday, when I went to the cemetery, like, I mean, I wasn't able to film anything because I told you the workers were right there and they were digging a grave. I forgot to tell you that. And then the guy was following me. So like yesterday, I didn't have a chance, but what little tiny bit of footage I have, I can see them all looking at me. Like, because I haven't been there for a while. Don't be rude, Ghost Swallow. Anyways, I thought about the gravedigger thing, and then I thought, okay, maybe there's a connection there. So my dad told me a long time ago that him and his brother, when they were young, sometimes my grandfather at the cemetery, they would need help, and then they would hire them when they were boys to help do some stuff. Like, I don't know, dig or something, gardening. And like they were kids. My father and his brother would go help. And my dad tells me the story of in the mausoleum. They go down the mausoleum. And my dad said that it was really, really scary in the mausoleum. And, and the lights went out and they got scared. And so they're like, he and my uncle are they just forget about it. They don't want to cross that line. But my grandfather, you had to be able to accept many things to be at a cemetery all that time, all his life. You know what I mean? And like in this series, 6 Feet Under, okay? In this series, 6 Feet Under, it was really brilliant. Like whoever they were, whoever passed away and they were doing their embalming, they would talk to them. The embalmers, You remember remember in 6 Feet Under, it was good. Like every episode was a different star because every episode started off. He knew. Plus, the NDA is really interesting. Yeah. VOR, red. What's that mean? Oh, no. Yes. And it was actually really, really good, which is kind of fun to know that 6 Feet Under, Dexter, the guy that plays Dexter, Michael, he becomes the star in Dexter, where in 6 Feet Under, the brother was supposed to be the star, and he's really, anyways. But it was brilliantly done because they had the funeral home. Remember? It was a craftsman house, really big, and in the cellar of the craftsman's house, that's where they did the embalming, and the second floor was where they did the viewings, and then they lived upstairs. So they lived, eat, and breathed around the people, and they talked to them. Yeah. So if you're a grave digger, that's like crazy. If you're a grave digger, I mean, you'd have to be an idiot not to see or feel something. You have to. As my grandfather was a grave digger, you don't think he worked early mornings or late at night? Yeah, it was on HBO. It was really, really good. Yeah, Bella, it was called 6 Feet Under, and it was brilliant. You'll know all the actors. Yeah, remember that? Yeah, and so I was thinking about, in the 6 Feet Under, the series, when they're embalming the people that died, they talk to them. The ghost talks to them, like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, I realized that's kind of weird, like, that I have this connection with them, and I don't have fear. Look, I'm not saying I don't get scared, because I've seen one person that scared the shit out of me. Yeah, it was on HBO. 6 Feet Under, and it was a great name. 6 Feet Under. 6 Feet Under. It was right when, okay, remember HBO, when HBO really made their success, is they did Oz. Remember the prison with the guys? Was it called Oz? Remember? It was called Oz. You remember? It was like way ahead of its time. Oh, legitimately crazy. Yes, Oz. You loved it, right? So HBO did Oz, and then right after Oz, they did 6 Feet Under, and that just catapulted them to success because HBO wasn't anything. And Oz skyrocketed, and then 6 Feet Under. Brilliant. Really brilliant. Anyways, so I saw my shadow figure. Yeah, remember they teetoed the line. Yeah, orange is the new black, but dudes. And they showed it all. I mean, those fucking guys. That guy still does a Farmers in commercial. The Farmers guy is from Oz. Remember? The Farmers. The old man that does, "We are farmers." Yeah. It was emotional. I mean, speaking of Oz, you guys, I mean, nobody really talks about, we know that there's molestation, and we know that there's a lot of bad stuff, but what's very rarely talked about is boys. I think boys have been raped just as much as girls, and men are taught to be men. Men are taught to be tough, to not show your feelings, to deal with it, to move on. Men are taught to be men, but the fucking Boy Scouts just corrupted and ruined so many fucking men. You know what I mean? The acting was great. The acting was great. Like, the acting was great in that. Yeah, the daughter rode hers around, remember? No gender bias, I know. But, it's like, I mean, there's a lot of men out there that have been molested horribly. And no, he's panting like a mofo back here. He's really, really panting bad. But I'm trying to, yeah, Sons of Anarchy, that was good. I love, and I really love like The Crown and Downton Abbey. I love those. Downton Abbey, you know what's great about Downton Abbey is that don't cry, drink beer, bad man teaching. I mean, Justified. Justified, yeah. Or like, I never really watched Deadwood. Hey, did you guys, if you ever get a chance on Prime, the documentary on Calamity Jane, the documentary about Calamity Jane, it's really good. Like, poor Calamity Jane, man. Talk about molestation. My fucking God. Okay, like, Breaking Bad was the baddest. Breaking Bad, really good. Deadwood, I didn't finish watching. The Crown and Downton Abbey, 6 Feet Under. Breaking Bad, I've watched like several times. The statue of a big drop of blood adjacent to Hollywood sign? No. The thing with Breaking Bad is that everybody kept saying it was good, and I kept trying to watch it. I couldn't get past episode 1, but once I did, it was brilliant. Yeah, I love Breaking Bad. But I was watching Downton Abbey, the series, over again, because who wants to watch any of the crap that's on fucking TV now? And I was watching it, and the thing is England, they have different, their acting is impeccable. Their acting is impressive. Their acting in Downton Abbey, the English actors are great. Great. So they probably don't get paid as much as Hollywood actors, and they're just brilliant actors. Good. Captivating. Oh, I love American Horror. My favorite American Horror was Asylum. The Asylum. Because you know what? Everything that he does is a little bit of truth, you guys. The American Horror story. Except when they did the hotel that was based off of the Cecil Hotel, my God. That thing with Lady Gaga, when that one came out and we all started to know about what they really do with drinking the blood and shit, it was too close to comfort because they were telling you in American Horror, the hotel, they were telling you what they do. It was like in your face, this is what we do. Gaga, that's right. Larry Gaga, disgusting. I can't stand her now. Mind control Israel. You're fucking right. And there's a special rule that they have to tell you what they're going to do. Lady Gugu. She's disgusting. I can't stand it. Yeah, they got to tell us. They got to tell us. And American Horror was basically, if you really watch it again, because it was right after it came out, we all started to get all the real information, not the fake news. And after Hotel came out and we knew what we knew about adrenochrome and everything else, okay, and all the missing kids, it started to click, right? Exactly. When you watch Hotel, they pretty much point blank tell you, this is what we do. Ha ha. We take the kids. We know your kids go missing. Oh well, we stick them in the basement and we drain their blood and we drink it. It tells you. They tell you point blank, this is what we do. We take your kids. Yeah, Montauk. You mean Montauk. Yeah, Stranger Things was going to be called Montauk. Yeah, Montauk is an interesting place. I can't watch horror. Well, actually, I got to tell you the truth. Red Shoes. Yes, Bella. Another one. You're right. Exactly, Marcus. There was an article in Oklahoma a couple years ago, and it said the McDonald's hamburger has a human flesh in it. Yeah. Now, everything is ruined for me. Like, you can't even escape and watch TV. You know what I mean? Because we see, right? It's like so bad. It's like so lame. And all these fucking new TV shows are just horrible. Like horrible. I can't even watch 1883 because it's so fucking predictable and phony. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. You know what else, Cajun? Not only hostile, you're right. That was another one. But what about what was that game called? Game hunt. What's the one where they were hunting the games? What's it called? Where they go and they hunt people? That's besides Hostel, the other one. What's it called? The games. What the hell is it called? With Jennifer, what's her face? Hunger Games. Yes. Hunger Games. Exactly. They're telling us to our face. This is what we do for sport. Ugh. Yeah. When I watched Lady Gugu in Hotel, at that time, everything was coming out. And I was like, oh my fucking God, it's right here in your fucking face. It's right here. They drink the blood of children. It's right here. They stick them in the basement and they drink their blood. It's right in your face. And it was like, oh my God. And then you got Hunger Games, Hostile. That's right. Hostile. It's all right there. Yeah. Willie is still panting heavenly. Yeah, so everything is ruined for me because it's too... I mean, like I was saying, Yellowstone is good because it's realistic. Her outfit at the Oscars, oh my God. Who the fuck is even watching the Oscars? No one. Who's watching Oscars? No one. Who's watching... Nobody is watching anything, okay? Nothing. I have Netflix and I pay for it specifically so my mom can go. My mom doesn't know how to do internet. So I go on. Oh, good. Tell us, Lou. If you won't make anybody mad, I just want to know. No, just wait. Let me see what he's saying. It won't make anyone mad. I just like to know what you think about Putin invading the Soviet nation. Lou, I didn't know. Okay, I don't really know. Lou, I don't know the details. So I think Ukraine split from Russia a long time ago, and they've been fighting for their independence. And so I think Putin just signed a thing yesterday saying he's going to let them be independent. But what they're fighting about now, I don't know. But I think Biden just said that he's not going to, they're going to cut off the pipeline, which is going to really piss off fucking Putin. No Oscars, no Olympics, no movies, no news. You're right. Yep. I love 6 Feet Under. See? It was good, huh? Oh, I got it. I don't watch TV either. I don't even watch TV. So like I said, I've been trying to cancel my my TV for a long time, and it's all fucked up. They want to prorate it. They want me to take all the boxes out and turn them in. It's all bullshit. But anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm done. And you know what? Trump told us, Time Warner, AT&T, get rid of them because they can go to hell. Because one day it's going to catch up to them. One day the sponsors are going to catch up to them. All I watch is Prime. And as I said, Netflix I have because my mom doesn't have internet. And so sometimes she'll go, right, on Netflix. Well, I just got a message that Netflix said they're going up to $20 a month. So that means they're losing subscribers. Yeah, Putin will protect the Russian people because Ukraine he doesn't want NATO involved. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He said, yeah, Joey better not mess with Putin. You know? Putin said earlier, you guys, he said anybody who gets involved, there's going to be serious consequences. You know? Netflix. Oh, bummer. Oh, my God. It's disgusting. But I only keep it for my mom. And, you know, I got to figure out where to draw the line. But it makes me sad that we have to come so far apart in this country that not times of war we can't even stick together as Americans. Well, maybe it will make us stick together, Lou. It's not Americans that are fighting. Okay, Lou, it's not about Americans against Americans. The government's trying to make us pit against each other. What it is we're sick of the government. We think all these years we've been voting someone in to represent us, and all they've been doing is ripping us off. That's the bottom line. Yeah, cuties is when they really lost their money. Yeah, you know what I think? Okay, let's talk about this Russia thing for a minute. Usually, what is said is the opposite. So, what that means is if they're saying Russia is invading Ukraine, what if Ukraine is the one that's threatening Russia and we, like stupid Harris, went over there? What if Harris and them gave a whole bunch of ammunition, which is what Biden is saying? What if it's us giving ammunition to Ukraine to fight Russia? What if it's the opposite? What if it's the opposite? What if it's not Russia attacking Ukraine? Ukraine is attacking Russia. Yeah. Yeah, Lou, we're not, in regards to all the division and all the summer of riots, it's not even about that. Everyone's awake now. It's not even about that. It's about they were trying to pit us against each other, and it worked. It worked, but now our eyes are open. It's like we're so far deep. Like, how do we replace all these people that were supposed to have our back? I mean, look, let me give you an example. Gavin Newsom got $330 million for the homeless. Okay? And we have in LA alone 77,000 homeless. In LA alone. Okay? So, what did he do with that money? He bought a couple of little mobile homes, and they're in these little tiny lots. There's like 10 of them. So, what did he do with that $330 million? He didn't do anything with it. So every time we go and we vote someone in, and then they're supposed to take our money and do the right thing. I got an argument with somebody a year ago, and he was like, well, what's wrong with the infrastructure? We need new bridges. I'm like, it's not about that. It's about they're going to take that money and put it in everybody's fucking pocket. If like, 70% would go to what they say. Either way, Lou, I think that there's a chess match going on here. Lou, we're not against Ukraine and all that stuff. We don't really. All I know is Breaking Bad was good. All we know is that think about it. Think about this for a minute. Why is Hunter doing business with Ukraine? Why is Biden? By the way, it just came out in the Inquiry, the newspaper, that there was a $33 million proof that Biden did with Ukraine. You got Hunter, Biden, Harris was just fucking there. Okay. 2 days ago, right? Why is Ukraine is being a tool to start a war with Russia? Russia is going to defend themselves. Russia doesn't need Ukraine. And then now they're trying to, okay, listen. They're trying to say, okay, yeah. So what they're trying to do is they're like going, oh, Russia's starting a war with Ukraine, when probably U.S. gave some weapons to Ukraine, which we know they did. USA gives weapons to Ukraine, so Ukraine will fight Russia. Now America can go, oh, Russia's a bad guy. We're going to stop the pipeline. You see? It's all a game. It's all a game. The media. We got to take back the media. I mean, listen, CNN is done. I mean, can you fucking imagine 80% less views? I mean, how is it that these motherfuckers get $20 million a year? This Anderson Coopers and Rachel fucking idiot Maddow. How does your paycheck $20 million fucking dollars a year? Oh yeah, that's a good point, Randy. How is it that people like Cooper get $20 million to sit there and talk in front of a camera, and you're getting no business? Nobody's watching. So the whale has got to run dry soon. Soon. I want to tell you guys a trivia thing I learned the other day, last night. Wow. You see that? My internet went down for no reason. Again. Let me see. People are caught up in the crosshairs on purpose. Damn internet, I know. I mean, let me tell you guys a trivia thing. So I was watching this couple that plays in 1800s, 1820s, and they make food, right? And it makes sense that our ancestors, they ate better because it was, you think about it, the pigs had no shit in them, the cows had no shit in them, probably the soil had no fucking spray on them, and the food, the vegetables. Okay, so I'm watching this this couple in this cabin, they reenact 1820s, right? Cooking. Well, here's a trivia thing for you. They didn't have running water. So they would have their bathtubs, and it was very difficult. So they would heat up a bunch of water and put it in the bathtub. So what happened is, in the big bathtub with the feet on it, in the bathtub, the first to go in would be the adults to take a bath. This is gross. The first to go in is the adults to take a bath. Then, after the adults, it would be the children that would take a bath. And the last to take a bath in this water would be the child, the baby. Okay? So by the time the baby was in the bathtub, the water was absolutely murky. Okay? So the slaying, throwing out your baby in the bath water, it came from the idea that the bath water was so dirty that when the last one was taking a bath, which is a baby, they would throw it out the window because they couldn't see the baby in the dark black water. That's where the saying comes, don't throw your baby out in the bath water. That's a good trivia. I don't care who you are. That's a good one. It is funny, huh? Don't throw your baby out with the bathwater. It's really kind of disgusting. Poor babies. How about the second person to have to take a bath? I don't want to take a bath after daddy. Gross. Never liked that saying. Don't throw your baby out in the bathwater. Because the bathwater, by the time the baby took it, it was so gringy dirty they couldn't see the baby in there. It was ranked by authority. And poor Willie. He's still in pain. I mean, he really hurt himself this time. Oh, shit. How you doing, booby? You still in pain? It's okay. It's okay. You're okay. It's okay. It's all right, poor baby. All right, mommy's here. It's okay. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. I know. I see. I see. Poor baby. It's okay. Oh. What the hell's going on here? Oh. Poor guy. I know. Lou. All I know is that from what I'm finding out is what people say is the opposite. So this thing about, Putin, I don't know, man. I mean, like, who would have thought that the Canadian guy was such a jerk? Nursery rhymes were messed up too. Oh, I see. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow, isn't that something? The internet went all the way off. Yeah, that's crazy. Now I could see the time says 45 minutes when it was 2 hours. I tell you. I think we're in for a bumpy ride. I think it's going to start now. Shit is going to get ugly. Oh, I see, Lou. Well, Lou, that makes sense. Ukraine is being bullied by the US. Why was Harris over there? Why is Biden doing corrupt deals over there? Over $1 billion, remember? It was on record. And why is Hunter doing deals over there? You see, Ukraine is being abused as a tool. You see? Yeah, but I think well, all I know is that why is our government got all our fingers over there? Exactly. I don't know how long it's going to take for Willie to get better, man. Really sucks. Really sucks. Poor guy. You know? Poor guy. No, it's not about it's not that we need to be involved. We need to be concerned because it sucks. But we shouldn't be involved in the Middle Eastern wars. Yeah, the queen is dead. The queen is dead. She's been dead for 6 months on ice. London Bridge. Because I don't know, man. Like, here's what I think about the queen. No, he won't move, you guys. And it's like he's been drinking and eating all day, Penny, so we're okay there. He had food today. I took him and I got some hamburger patties for him, and he ate and he drank water. So at least we know that happened. I know I'm going to have to. That's why I'm staying out here. You know what I mean? That's why I can't. That's exactly right, James. Lou, that's what we're saying is that we don't, what I keep trying to say, that Biden be involved and Harris going over there and all this crap, it's all, what we're trying to say, Lou, is that the corrupt government is being involved and they're about, okay, look, Inquiry has come out with a lawsuit or something showing Biden is liable for $33 million on top of all the other billions. So what's I mean, these guys are so bad, the government. What's the best way to shut them down? Is to start a war. They thought they were in bed with, Ukraine thought they were in bed with the deep state, and now the deep state is backstabbing them and making Russia do the dirty work for them, see? That's what I said earlier, Cation, you're right. Wars are about food, fuel. In this case, you have Russia needs his pipeline to get this gas in because they don't have, I don't think they don't have access like we do to natural gas, and they're cold over there all the time. They need a heater. Yep, gold, uranium. I know they live like, I sometimes feel like the simpler life is maybe the better life. If you just care about your family and cooking, yeah, the soldiers are just going to be pawns. Think about it. The deep state was in bed with Ukraine. So what's the best way to eliminate? Okay, one of Epstein's French buddies just killed himself in prison, right? It's the same thing in a bigger scale. How do you eliminate somebody who's going to rat you out, which is Ukraine? How does the deep state get rid of Ukraine? They make Russia do it. It's his own country for decades. I know, but I think they're trying to use him as a pawn because Ukraine's about to spill the beans on the deep state, so they're going to try and get rid of Ukraine. And the way to get rid of Ukraine is to say that Russia's starting a war. Well, I guess Russia is doing a war, but I don't really know. Wait, it's really which country natural resources? Well, what is the pipeline that they're doing in? Is it for oil? Not gas, it's for oil. It's a pipeline. Probably for oil. Because don't they... I think that the oil comes in on ships. Oh, Ukraine raises many crops. Okay, so that's why they need Ukraine. Either way, I don't know. Yeah, Russia to Germany. Yeah, and then Germany's a bad seat. Either way, I think they're using Ukraine to do They want to get rid of Ukraine. And so they'll just use Russia to do it, right? Think about it. Biden's about to go down for all that shit. Oh, there you go, Lou. Good one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Boy, I'll tell you, that Willie's in a lot of pain. I know, something doesn't sound right here. I feel like US is the one causing this ruckus because they can't eliminate the people that know that they're dirty and shit's about to come out. You know? Fuck. All I know is, the way they censor everything, how are we supposed to get the true stuff? History is repeated. Always. That's what I'm thinking, Cajun. To cover up all the corruption with the US and Ukraine, they're doing something to trigger Russia to start this war. And they're going to blame it on Russia when it's not. I mean, they're drawing at all straws. It's about to they're about to be just exposed. So just like the people in prison that get knocked off, like this French guy from the Epstein. I mean, what a sick fucker, For a gift, he got 3 little girls. I mean, that's disgusting. Right, but I think that USA is in big trouble. Right, Lou. Right. I think Biden's about to be busted because you have the Durham report, everything. Yes, Ames, I do believe that too. Like, whatever the regular news tell us, that's right, Jean was, Epstein. Yeah, whatever the news is telling us, do the opposite. If news is telling us Russia's invading, it's the opposite. Guarantee. It's a guarantee. I'll guarantee. I don't know what I'm going to do about this dog. He's in so much pain. He's just panting and panting. Right. So the same way they got rid of that French guy. Yeah. What a better way to have complete control of the pipeline. Exactly. Yep. Dirty dogs. Yes. Hello, aliens. Yeah. And there's something not right with the Queenie because they cleaned out the castle a year ago, maybe 8 months ago. Yes, the same thing as Epstein, no cameras, and it's exactly right. So they're about to go down. The Durham report, they're being exposed. Truth Social, CNN is going to be bought out by Trump because they're just in the dumps. Buster. The best thing to do, I've been through this with him. You can't touch him. You just have to let him, he's in pain. So he really hurt it and I have to just wait. He can't move. They got the queen on ice, yeah. No, not yet. I'm going to wait because he's just in pain. If he's not better, I got to take him in the morning for sure. But I've been through this before. Again, the way they did that surgery, sometimes it pops out and then he's in pain. Anyway, so the queen, there's something funny with the whole queen thing. There are do we really think Charles is going to become king? That fucking Nimrod? Ugh. And Queen Concierge, Camelia? God, you think we have it bad with Biden? Imagine Charles. Ew. That's disgusting. The code word for she's dead is London Bridge. But remember, they cleaned out her fucking pad. Yeah, they're just saying that because now they're going to release that she's dead, I think. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. They're about ready to release that she died, so they're going to say it's COVID. But these reptilians, they live to fucking 100. I talked to Susan England and she said Queen has been dead for 6 months. Yeah. Right. That's what I think. He can't even get up. One of the things too is I know he's in pain and he's breathing heavy and really, James? Oh my God. Exactly. Look over there while we bomb the convoy. And here we go again with the gates up and around DC. What a joke. Another joke. You know? Yeah. GOG and MAGA. Yeah, but see, the prophecies you're talking about, China and Russia are not going to go together, right? They're just going to start a war probably against us. I don't think they're going to be allies. I don't know, man. I wish they would fucking just decertify already. Fucking New York, man, is in a fucking pistol whip. Hate me when I say that Biden did not make money from Ukraine. This is about Putin. Well, I think Biden is a piece of shit. Sorry. I mean, look, at the end of the day, do I think Biden has $1 billion? I think that he's just the tool for all the other people to get money. You know, there's always a front man that goes down, like Hunter. So you could be right. It could be all of the above. Randy, what a good one. Wagging the dog phrase used to create a war for a distraction. Interest. Oh God. Oh God. Anyways, all right, you guys. I'm gonna go take care of my wheelie. But look, let's come on live like within tomorrow or the next day because shit might get ugly, and we're gonna have to talk before the internet goes down. Yes, I agree. I believe that there's a divine, and we've seen a lot of things, like when that comedian was talking about Jesus and then she was struck down. I mean, there's been a lot of signs. Well, probably all edgy. Yeah, they are begging for new conflict. You're right. Because shit is going to get ugly. But the problem is the convoy is the problem. The convoy is a problem. They're going to use the convoy to do martial law. And if they do martial law, then we're fucked for 2020 for the next. I know. I can't stand Obama. Both of them. Him and his boyfriend. All right, guys. I'm going to go take care of my pooch. It was really great chatting. Hopefully, not hopefully, next time I'll be in the office and we can go over stuff together. You know what I mean? Next time I'll be in the office and I'll have the screen share and we can go over news live. But today I had to stay out here because of him. I need to go work on him. Randy's stirring the pot. All right, you guys, thank you for hanging out with me. Let's chat tomorrow, the next day, because I think things are going to get ugly. So thank you guys all for coming and hanging out. Thank you. Lou, please come back. Please subscribe so you know when we're on. And let's talk either tomorrow or the next day for sure, because I think things are going to get ugly. And I don't want to... Whoa, that was, see, another sign. My fire spit. All right, I'll talk to you guys very soon. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. All right.